Simon, a day to forget at the office this afternoon, a 0-0 away at the Leigh Centurions. How do you sum up a game like that after such a rich vein of form that we've been on?
Yeah, disappointing, Faz, but not one to forget, one to learn from, to be honest. I think when you play against Leigh, because they are head and shoulders above everyone. I mean, physically, I've been around Championship now for a few years playing and as a coach, and physically they're the best. That's the best Leigh team I've seen in terms of their hunger for defence as well. They've always been an expansive type of team who want to throw the ball around, but that's the best I've seen them defending in terms of the hunger to get off the line and get forward and physically dominate, and they did. And I just thought that probably put us on our heels a bit, went into our shells a bit, if you like. And again, the disappointment stems from not really giving a good account of yourselves when you come up against top opposition like that. I thought that was an opportunity to test ourselves today and see where we were at. And the only way to get a result out of that game, or come away smiling, I suppose, is by playing our style of rugby, what we have been playing, and getting success from. And I thought we just, between fatigue and whatever else, we come up with like three play 2 or 3 errors early in game, which just put us in our half. It just kept us there all day. Yeah, we have to come and do us every week. Like, there's some players in there I thought had pretty tough games. They weren't great. I don't think anyone was great, but Salty did Salty. Just comes and plays tough, keeps turning up. I thought Tibbs showed some toughness as well. But yeah, I think the other aspects, we need the creative department to be creative and keep turning up and keep challenging teams. I thought we just, I don't want to say it, but I think we probably rolled over a bit, to be honest.
Games like this against this high-end opposition can really be turned into what some would deem like a territory battle. You play the game at their end of the field. We didn't really have a lot of that today, would you say? There were certain points where kicking long, it was rolling dead, you give them a 7 tackle set. We noticed in the second half more of a switch to sort of running on the power play quite a lot. Was that a conscious decision?
Yeah, we kicked poorly. We kicked really poorly. They've got a couple of big blokes on wings, haven't they? So if you're going to put the ball in their area, it's got to be catch and collision sort of stuff. Or even, I know you don't get as much time now, but putting it into touch for set restarts. I thought we could have been a lot smarter with our kicking game, particularly that first period. Second half, yeah, well, we were encouraging them to do it in the first half because they'd sit Inu and Ferguson and go and sit real far back and give you an opportunity to bring them up by going with a 2-pass kick or trying to get around them on the edges. And we do look dangerous. We did look dangerous today when we did try and challenge them, but as I say, I think generally we played a bit too much one-out stuff, which is not how you're going to win or even make ground really against a very big and physical, hungry Leigh team.
We saw a sin binning. Kristen Inu went off for a shot on James Woodburn-Hall. Any agreements, disagreements with that?
Disagree with it. I thought it was fine, to be honest. He hits him nice, to be fair. He gets him good, but Woody's let go of ball. He's committed to that. No dramas. I'd like to say it was great and we'd have took something out of it, but now we didn't. I think the next set we threw the ball in touch, and then that ended up with them camping on our line again, and we never really had enough to challenge them from there on out.
Would you agree with the assessment? Just too big, too strong, too powerful, too skillful?
No, yes and no. They were very good today. Don't get me wrong. I won't take anything away from their performance, but that weren't the performance that we'd hoped for, and what we've been building towards either. And as I say, I'd hope we'd have a springboard of a performance today to chuck us into another decent run, but we've got a different kind of springboard. There's a bit of hurt, a bit to swallow, and a bit humbling. When you're going along and winning all the time, you kind of get used to winning. That should give us a little bit of hunger back to go and get a win again.
We saw Matty G leave the field early in the second half. Can you give us an update on his condition?
I think it looked like it's never friendly, but I think Kev in friendly fire. I'm not sure. Matty seemed to think he wasn't too bad. Obviously the doctors and physio staff have got their duty of care there to make sure they are and go through the processes that are in place to protect the players. So no dramas with him. He's gone off to hospital for some checks, and we'll see how that one turns out. But we've got a tough away trip next week up to Whitehaven. That's
it, straight back on the horse. No time to sit and rest and sulk. What's that trip going to be like up to Whitehaven? What are you expecting from them?
Physical. It's always a tough game up there. They've not been going that well in terms of results, but we can't go up there expecting a result against Whitehaven. We need to go and earn it all over again now, start again. So yeah, we'll have a look at this one. We'll get over it pretty quick. There's lots of reasons to to park it and move on. Obviously we talk about how far in front of everyone else they are, so we're not going to dwell on it too much, but definitely a few lessons there for us that we need to learn pretty quick and put our best foot forward, and as I say, springboard into a good performance at Whitehaven.
And just a quick message for the Fax fans that joined us over here at the Leigh Sports Village. They came over in good numbers, didn't necessarily have much to sing about, but they showed the support for the team and the effort that they put in. You know, how important is it that they stick with us as we look to go on another winning run now?
I'm sure they will stick with us, Faz. I think we're all quite realistic as to where we're at and to where Leigh are at, so there is a gulf between us. I'm just a bit disappointed for them, as they'll be disappointed that we didn't quite put on a performance that we can be proud of, which is what, you know, Halifax teams, well, my Halifax team aim to go out every time, make everyone proud. Obviously the lads on the pitch, people in the stand, you want to be proud to be associated with your club, don't you? There's times when it's hard to watch, obviously. If you're a Man U fan like my lad is over there, it's been tough for him this year. There are tough times, but you know, there's always bright ones on the other side of it if we work hard.